Well, hey, mamas, Jessica here. We are talking about motivation this week. We are starting with the why. All right, we're talking about why is your teen needing to do that thing? Why does your teen want to do that thing? Okay, we have to know the why in order to have motivation. So let me know down below, do you feel like your teen has a why when it comes to school? And give me a yes or a no, because I got to tell you, we're getting close to that start of the school year, at least here where I am in the U.S. And if your child's not thinking about next year at all, doesn't have a goal in mind, doesn't have a why, the school year not going to go as great as it could. So we're going to talk about this here while we're on Facebook, while we're on YouTube. But even better, you, me, and your team can talk one-on-one when you schedule a consultation and talk with Jesse, whatever you like to call it, at the link in the description. All right, let's talk about this why. Okay, so the why is literally the reason for the motivation. Okay, so your child has an assignment to do. Well, the simple question to motivation is, why is your teen doing it? Is it because your teen cares about the grade in the class? Is it because you told your child to do the assignment? Is it because your teen just wants to get it done and go back to gaming? Excuse me. Is it because your teen evidently can't breathe, but your teen wants to hang out with friends? Your teen wants to learn the assignment? That's where I am as a study skills tutor, as a lifelong learner. So I want teens to love learning for the sake of learning, but maybe your child's not there. Maybe your child, is just going, oh, I have to do this, or oh, I don't want to take this class. And that's when the why becomes super important. Okay, that why is going to be that motivation. It's going to give your teen a reason to do that thing, whether it's one of those things I just, stumbled my way through, or is something else entirely not related to school. Okay, so definitely next time your teen resists, says, I don't want to do this, let's find out why. Because not only are we finding the why for the motivation, why is this your goal? Why are we doing this now? What is this going to help you accomplish? We also want to know the why behind why aren't we doing things, okay? Because that's motivation too. Why aren't we doing the assignment? Well, maybe your teen just doesn't know what to do. Maybe your child doesn't really know what the assignment is. Maybe your teen, just needs a mental health day. Your teen just wants a break. There are so many different answers to that question, why, but we have to figure out the why. Okay, so a couple more thoughts to share with you on this magical word why. Before I do, I want to say hey to all the mamas watching. If you are here, maybe by accident, you're just scrolling through, I'm Jessica Coulter, CEO and founder of Ace Cookie Tutoring. I help teens that love to learn by teaching them how to learn through study skills. So I'd love to have you a subscriber, would love to have you as a follower, so you can catch the next 2 videos in this series all about motivation. So final thoughts I want to leave with you on this question why is that we want to dive deep. Okay, I mentioned the why for the why for the why just now, but we didn't talk about how many layers. Okay, there are different kind of systems out there. I can't honestly remember the person's name, but I know there's someone that says to do like 7 layers. A speaker I've had in the past, Scott Feld, said teens only want to do 4. So definitely I encourage a minimum of 4. Okay, so I always have students, like we're doing at my motivation workshop right now, we start with the fact. Okay, this is the fact. This is the thing that's happening, and this assignment's not getting done. Or your team decides, I have to be captain of the football team. Whatever the fact is, then we have to figure out the why. Ask why about the fact, and then the why of that fact. And like I said, go 4 levels minimum. Okay, and if your team doesn't know why 4 levels, well, could mean we have some excuses. Okay, could mean that we don't really understand why that's important to us, why that goal, and we're just kind of picking something at random. Or maybe it's something your child thinks, you want mama. Maybe it's something they think a friend is going to expect them to do. There could be, all sorts of peer pressure, all sorts of bullying going on, let alone just something your teen saw on TV, read in a book. Okay, so why is your friend? It is a very, very important component to motivation. So if you've got questions, drop them below. And remember, we'll be here for part 2 tomorrow, all about the size of tasks. Okay, Because I got to tell you, what might seem big to you might seem small to me, and vice versa. And that whole why thing, that whole goal, the whole kind of light at the end of the tunnel becomes even more important when that task seems too big, seems too hard, seems too overwhelming. So, hope we can talk about this more one-on-one through a consultation. I'll talk with Jesse at the link in the description. When you book that time, give me a day, time that's convenient for you and your team, and we'll figure out exactly how I can help your teen, exactly what we can do to get your teen motivated so we have no problems this upcoming school year. Talk to you soon.